Right, so these are a little bit more logically organised. We've got the new ones, the ultimate bins that are in there. It's got everything from the ME system now pumping out, which is nice. We've got no reds on our system, so they're pumping directly into there. And then these are emptying out into there as well. So we're going to have plenty of poop and also plenty of feathers left over. Our other resources are starting to climb. We've got iron building. We've got... I don't know. We've got all sorts building in here, which is nice. I think we really should start doing a backup system. We should get these power bank capacitors all upgraded. I think that's what we need to do because this is our main power source transceiver. So I think these we could probably fill the floor with capacitors. Now, these do require quite a bit of materials. If I look at capacitor banks.
War. War never changes. The truth is...
In this world, you are kept safe. Vault 66 protects us from radiation, disaster, and much worse. Wastelanders now roam the land, doing as they please without laws or rules. Even worse, robotic humans known as synths weave their way through society. And worse, mutants, monsters, and dangerous beasts seek to destroy us all. Luckily, some are very special. They will survive long enough to endure the fallout and help rebuild our world. Welcome to Fallout Origins.
All of these spotlights making shadows over your face, and through these long nights, I've been longing for that embrace. On my mind to get you in time. I wonder if you know your body's like a bomb, ticking out of love, can't turn back time. If I could turn the glass, you're sitting back in hands, winding up this love, can't turn back time, can't turn back time.
So capacitor bank, these are what we have. We've got the basic one at the moment. I would like to obviously get the vibrant ones because they can hold a lot more energy, and I wouldn't have to make as many of them. These are what we've got, which are the top tier. I wouldn't have to make as many because they hold 25 million joule, but they require octadix. Now, that's not good for us. So if we could tone it down, we could probably do these ones. They're double layered, which isn't all that bad. Basic are really easy. So maybe we could try and do, I know I've got some double layered already. How many of these can we make? Can we not just, okay, so we're low on gold nugs, it looks like. Let's change all our gold into gold nugs, and we'll just make a absolute buttload of these. Okay, now we're out of the things. So how many capacitors have we got? We've got 38 regular capacitors. Let's make them into double. What was we shot on? I think it was the pulverized coal. Let me grab some more pulverized coal. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Well, that was a waste. Never right click, it seems. Right, let's pulverize half of this. Having some coal on it is not too bad to do. So I would keep some of this coal. I know we're going to generate some more, but I want to at least keep some. Let me grab all this. Put that in the center, and we've made 19 in total. Was that all of the... Yeah, so that was all of the basic capacitors. We got 19. So we can make 19 of these capacitor banks, which have got 5k storage in them a piece, which is pretty damn easy to do. The only thing with the upgrades is it requires emeralds, and I don't have too many of those. So we'll just stick with these for the time being. So putting these into here. What are we actually missing? Oh, it requires 2 capacitor banks. It requires 2 basic capacitor banks to upgrade it to the next level. Interesting. That's really, really interesting, I have to admit. Okay. It just doesn't seem right. I guess I could do it this way. Is it a redstone block that it wants? Because I'm really short on redstone. I don't think I have a redstone chicken. Wait, I do have a redstone chicken. Why is it not generating? Let's see. Redstone chicken, what is problem? You have way too many eggs. Way too many eggs. Well, you have way too many eggs. Okay, it looks like our egg production is getting a little bit out of hand. So I might need to do a little bit of egg maintenance here. Because our materials... I need a way for eggs to deposited from the actual system. Because at the moment, they're just being filtered to not actually do anything. And it seems they're producing a lot more eggs than they actually are producing materials. So we need to go back to the drawing board. We need to make... The reason I found these bins, I need a bin that just deletes items. Because these eggs I really don't need. So is there a way to create a bin that will just delete items? That is my next question. Okay, so I seem to have fixed the egg issue. It was quite an expensive fix. I had to make another tesseract and place one at each. Have these finished? Yes, these are finished. Let me move these out of the way. Don't need these set up anymore. Looks like, yeah, we've got quite a lot of poop. Which is, I guess, lovely. Let's chuck those. We've got a lot of lucky eggs as well. We'll chuck those into there in a moment. But first of all, yes, so I had to put another one in down the bottom. It is currently sifting out the system. I could just chuck these into there and they'll go back in, but I don't want to overfill. I had to put some speed upgrades in, so that was 2 more tesseracts I had to make, which were not quite as easy as, well, they're not easy. Let me check those instead. So we got 3,000 eggs currently. That number is going to continue to climb. These eggs are just inputting like nothing. I did have to put some speed upgrades in because they weren't coming out of the tesseract quick enough. But I hope that wasn't too... I hope it doesn't stress the system out too much. I don't know what the maximum this thing can hold. I hope it's a lot. Otherwise, we're going to have an egg issue on our hands. How are we looking on power? So that looks like we're losing power. We're not actually making more than we're using because of the amount of tesseracts. So we've got 1 on the system. Yeah, we're using more power than we're actually making. So do we really need to upgrade again? Okay, so I'm being AFK a little bit more. We've actually... Our gold. When I've converted all this gold, it's like... Wow, we've got a staggering amount of gold now, which is actually insane. I think it's about time we actually did some upgrades to our system. Graphite bars. I think I've got some... Yes, I've got some generating over here as well. And... Is it iron? Yes, so let's make as many... We've got 43 of those with our current materials. Let's see how many we can actually make. I think that was... Yeah, that's all the graphite that I've got currently. I've obviously got more generating over here, which I can... Yeah, so we'll do that for the minute. So we've got a lot more casings. We need fuel rods. How many fuel rods do I have? I've got 3 in here because the fuel rods, it's going to go higher. So let's do another 9. So we'll do that. So we'll see what we can make with this. Is there any more casings we can make? Yes. Right, so we've got more than enough casings. Let's see if we can upgrade this to a bigger size, because we really need it. We haven't got an energy buffer, and everything is losing power. So we're going to have to try and do this as quickly as we possibly can. We might even have to raise the roof a little bit. Unless I'm willing for it to go straight to the ceiling, which I might actually do. So this is probably going to go off. So I might as well destroy this layer. It's probably going to stay this size because I don't really have much of anywhere else for me to go. I guess all we can do first is go up. Yeah, so let's go up by 2. I wonder if I could take... In fact, I'm going to take out the roof. And we'll go 1 into the roof. Fill. That's going to be a top. Fill, 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 fill. Okay, so that's the whole top layer. Fuel rod to the top, fuel rod to the top, fuel rod to the top. And hopefully we've got enough just... And hopefully this reactivates. Yep, this reactivates. So this is activated. This is now producing... double, well over double what we was producing already. I want to see where this stops and starts at. So let me go into here real quick. Everything is okay. So everything's working at least. So we can see that much. So we're making about just under 6,100 RF per tick, which is pretty nice. Hopefully we'll start getting a fuel, an energy buffer here soon, but I'm not too sure if we will. This is still filling, is it? Question mark. Okay, so it looks like everything is working all dandy. I guess we can go back to trying. Hold on, what we read for? Oh, it's probably the gold, because we did get quite a lot of gold there. Let's see if we can make ourselves... Let's turn some of this gold into Nug Nugs again. And let's have a see if we can make any more capacitors. Now, I can quite easily just do the long method, because I don't really want to use capacitor banks already made. So we've got 5 currently. Can we make any more capacitors? Let's have a see. Let me double check. No, because we're out of the grains of infinite. Okay, that's fine. I'll transfer the energy out of these and we can use this to make one more. But what we'll do is we'll start... Maybe I should start the wall over here. And we'll turn this into our capacity bank. Sounds like an idea that could work. Maybe if I was to go underneath and put an access point out, and then the cable is actually hidden. Conduit. We're actually really short on conduits. Oh. Conduits. Do I have? I have. I made way too many. Never mind. We'll empty those out in a moment. Let me grab ourselves, is it an access point? Reactor. I know we've got a couple of these coming off it already, but hopefully this one doesn't affect too much. Flux point. Redstone flux point, grab one of those. Hopefully going in and breaking this now doesn't actually deal any damage to it. So if we go under here, and if we break this, it's obviously going to break the reactor. Hopefully this doesn't need to be on the side. Yeah, so that works. Yeah, so the reactor's still working. So if I have these coming this way now, let's just build my way back out of here a minute. Just double check this is still running. It'll go offline. Yeah, there we go. So it's back online now. And I have a point under here. This can then... This will start filling. So we'll have an immediate backup source of power if we ever need it. So I'm not going to bother filling those. I'm just going to do that and cover it up. Hopefully, yep, it's not damaging anywhere else in the system. And we're still getting... It's draining the buffer, which is fine. But that thing is like... Wow. That thing's pretty much filled. So that's not too bad. That energy buffer will go, but this energy buffer will start filling once that empties. Sorry, when this will start filling when this one fills. So that is all good. I think that is... that's really helpful, actually. Let me empty these two into the system, and then we should be good.